This video is sponsored by Skillshare. For more on why I am absolutely loving Skillshare right now, hang out till the end of the video. Hello, my friend. Welcome to the new version of What's Up in Makeup. If you were not here last week for the first one of these, I will link it in the video description down below for you. It's a little bit different, but in my opinion, it's a lot more fun. At least I'm having fun, and the comments seem to be just really positive about it overall, so I'm glad you're loving it as much as I am. Let's go ahead and jump into the top industry news of the week. And the thing that was on the top of my mind, I don't know if it was on your mind, but the top of my mind was the collab between RawBeautyKristi and ColourMom or ColourPop. Oh my gosh, did your heart just start going like this like mine did? I was so happy for Kristi. And that being said, when we get to PR purchase of the week a little bit later, I have the whole collection to share with you, and it is what is on my face today. So we'll go over that a little bit later. As of right now, when I film, there are some things still available, so pop over there. Now, we know with the Pure collaboration with Kristi, there was a little bit of trouble. We weren't sure if it was going to be restocked, and then it showed up at Ulta, and just weird things were happening. I honestly don't think that's going to happen with ColourPop, and this is why, because ColourPop has their own lab. They don't have to worry about ordering it from anywhere, so they could technically make more of it whenever they want. The only thing that will stand in the way is if there's something in the contract, or maybe Kristi has another collab coming up or something like that that may stop the production from continuing. But since Kristi has not mentioned that this is the only time it will be available, she hasn't stressed that this is limited edition like she did with the last one, I have a feeling there will be a restock. So if you did not get it this time around, I personally, I wouldn't worry too much about it, because I have a feeling in my heart and my soul that there's going to be a restock. So it seems that there's going to be another influencer makeup line, and it looks like the owner of this makeup line may be James Charles. Now, let's rewind a little bit. He was on the cover of Vogue Portugal, and he was the first influencer ever to grace the cover of any Vogue magazine. So first, I want to say congratulations to James. Well done. So anyway, he tweeted about that Vogue cover, and this is what he said, quote, "Another fun fact, I'm wearing products from my makeup line in the Vogue photos." And he has filed for some trademarks, including James Charles Artistry and James Charles Fragrance. And I'm curious what a James Charles fragrance might smell like. I'm very intrigued. The trademarks covered products including makeup application products, and skin and nail decorative products. Who wants to bet it's gonna have some kind of freckle marker? Guarantee there's gonna be a freckle marker in there. Just saying, I just have this feeling. Now, James was then criticized because he had once said he was never going to do a beauty line, and this is where he addressed it, and it was actually back in February to WWD. He said, quote, "I've talked for a while about not wanting to do a beauty line, but after releasing my Morphe palette, I changed my mind because I fell in love with the product development process. My biggest focus in creating my line is innovation and creating products that the beauty market hasn't seen yet. The last thing I want to do is slap my name on a highlighter or a liquid lipstick and call it a day." So I am intrigued. James is a very smart guy. I believe he's a very smart guy in lots of ways. But I'm really curious if he's going to be able to bring anything that's truly new. I feel like so many things have been done, but maybe he's thought of something I haven't. I don't know. It's possible, right? Are you curious about the James Charles makeup line? Do you think that you'll buy anything from it? I think I will probably purchase some things. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Now, this was the news all over Twitter a couple days ago. It turns out that Target is partnering with Ulta to have these little mini Ulta stores within some Target stores. They're gonna have them in 100 stores in the beginning of 2021, and then potentially expand them even more. Now, the Ulta store isn't gonna have the Ulta drugstore section. It's only gonna have the Ulta prestige section, and it's gonna be housed next to the existing Target drugstore section. And it's kind of like how they brought in Starbucks, but much less drinkable. And I'm actually pretty excited excited about this. I think it's gonna be really interesting to see how this does. It's kind of like how at JCPenney, how they have the Sephora's inside JCPenney and then they have the Sephora employees that help just within there, or like the Starbucks, how they have the Starbucks employees there. It's gonna be kind of like that. For one, I'm actually pretty excited about this because I know not everybody has an Ulta that's near them, but they're probably more likely to have a Target near them. I did read in the comments underneath my Twitter post that some people are saying that they have an Ulta that's like right next to their Target in the same shopping center. So that might be kind of weird. But then I was thinking, like at my mall, we have a Sephora that's on one floor, and then downstairs there's a Sephora inside JCPenney. So it's like, I don't see that being that much different. So if you're in Target and you're already going there, then maybe you're going in to get other things, but then you just pop in through the Ulta. Kind of like how you get tricked into buying too much stuff at Target anyway. It's just another addition onto that. So I don't know, I'm pretty excited about it. What do you think? Let me know. Now, this one's a little personally irritating, all right? Morphe and Lisa Frank. All right, the only place I could find this was on Trendmood. So with Trendmood, who knows? But supposedly, people were seeing these products in store. It looks real, it looks legit. Supposedly, they're coming out at the end of November on Morphe's website. I think it's super weird they would launch it in store without any promotion from Morphe at all. There's nothing on their website, there's nothing on their Instagram, there's just nothing about this collection, but we just have these photos from Trendmood that somebody took in a store. Before I get into my personal issue with this, let's talk about what comes in the collection. So we have the 35B eyeshadow palette that was really popular. They discontinued it. They brought it back in Lisa Frank packaging, including hollow on the inside. It's $30. There's also the Treat Me Sweet sponge set. It's $19. Looks like there's 5 sponges in there. There's 2 that are full size, and it looks like there's 3 minis in there. And then the Blend Bright brush set, there's 6 brushes, $32, and then there's a makeup bag. All right, this is my personal issue with it. If you've been around since 2017, April of 2017 to be specific, you remember that I purchased a product that was supposed to be a collab with Lisa Frank from a brand called Glamour Dolls Makeup. And we never got those products. There was a Kickstarter and it was promoted by Candy Johnson, and I spent $75, $70 in products, $5 shipping. And to my knowledge, nobody ever got anything from that Kickstarter. Again, April of 2017. And the last time that I heard anything, that any of us heard anything, was actually April of 2020, where basically they said that Lisa had ripped them off. She had taken so much money in royalty fees that they couldn't afford to continue the project, and they were trying to get us our money back. So yeah, Lisa still owes me $75. So hopefully when she does this collab with Morphe, she'll earn enough money that she can pay me back for the products that I purchased and then didn't get. I was asked on Twitter, I was tagged in this so much on Twitter, I was asked on Twitter about, wasn't it buy at your own risk? And yes, with Kickstarter, which I didn't realize at the time, it is a buy at your own risk situation. You are investing in this company and you're counting on the company to follow through. I did not realize that Kickstarter would do absolutely nothing if they didn't follow through on their promises, which is exactly what happened. So yeah, I'm still pissed at Lisa Frank. I'm still not happy with her because she still has my money. So I will not be purchasing this Morphe collab unless she gives me my $75 back. And everybody else that invested, they had gotten way over the amount that they were asking for the Kickstarter, and no one ever got anything to my knowledge. So yeah, still holding a grudge on that one. Will not be purchasing this collection. Lots of top news this week. It's a long show. I got lots to tell you, but this is really, I find all this stuff really fascinating. So Pharrell Williams, okay, you remember that guy? I haven't seen him in a while. Has he come out with any music lately? I don't know. If he has, I've missed it. He's coming out with a skincare line called Human Race. It launches November 25th, and they are using 50% recycled plastic, which is very cool. They're also doing kind of like Fenty did with the refills, which is also pretty cool. He collaborated with his own personal dermatologist. Her name is Elena Jones. She's the one that helped with designing the line and the ingredients in it. The theme around it is prepare, repair, and protect. So we have a rice powder cleanser that comes like a powder. It's $32. You add a little bit of water to it, and then and it physically exfoliates while it cleanses the skin. And then we have the Lotus Enzyme Exfoliant. It's $46. It has 8% glycolic acid, which is an AHA that will break up the dead skin cells on the top layer of your skin. And then finally, the humidifying cream. It's $48. Snow mushroom extract, which is a humectant, hyaluronic acid, another humectant to pull water into the skin, rice water, niacinamide. It looks like a really nice line. I couldn't see a full ingredient list, but from the description and what they've talked about it, it sounds really interesting. I'm actually interested in checking out this line for myself. They sell a routine pack for $100. So if you think that this is something you would like a review on, let me know in the comments down below. But if there isn't a lot of interest, I may not buy it. I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about it. It's not very often that I fall in love with a short film, but there was a short film that came out last year called Hair Love, and it was the sweetest, most amazing little cartoon I have seen, and I can't even remember when I saw a little cartoon and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so amazing. I loved it. If you haven't seen it, I will link it down below. It's about a black dad trying to do his daughter's hair for the first time, and it is just like the most heartwarming thing ever. So anyway, it won an Academy Award in 2020 for Best Animated Short Film, and there is a new book out, and it's gonna be narrated by Blue Ivy Carter, and they've released the intro, and it is just so adorable. Like her little voice, I cannot even with her little voice. It's also going to be developed into a 12-episode animated TV show on HBO Max called Young Love, and it's based on the characters from Hair Love. And I just, you know, beauty, makeup, hair, I wanted to throw it in because I just love that story so much, and yeah, I just want to mention it. Back a few years ago, Sally Beauty did a brand called Collab, and they brought together influencers to develop a makeup line. And I personally really loved the Collab line, but I don't think it took off the way that they expected it to, or that I feel the way that it should have based on the quality of the products. I thought that they were incredible. They're really good. There's still products that I use, their eyeshadow palette, their liquid highlighter. Really loved a lot of those products, but they're kind of going the influencer route now in a different way. They put a call out in January of 2020 for something called the Sally Beauty Crew, and they've now chosen those people. It's a 1-year paid contract of up to $150,000 in addition to professional business coaching, spokesperson opportunities with the brand, and access to exclusive products and brand events. That's what each of them get. So we have Charity, and she is a DIY hair expert, and then Zanita, who is a DIY textured hair expert, Emily, who is a pro hair color expert, and then Asia, who is a DIY textured hair and nail expert. And those were the people that were chosen. One thing I thought was really cool is they're going to be starting a podcast interviewing influencers. So I'm going to be keeping my eye out for that. I'm really curious how that's going to play out. All right, last week I heard you. I heard you loud and clear. I did not include any indie products in last week's show, and I'm very sorry. So as to try to make it up to you, we're gonna start with the indie brands this week in the product report. So let's start with Solo Look, Dirty Dancing. I love Dirty Dancing. I'm a huge fan. I actually, when I was in high school, I choreographed a dance to Time of My Life, and it was a group that I was in. It's one of my mom and I's favorite moments, and Dirty Dancing just has a special place in my heart. So I am very excited about this collection. So this is what it is. It's $38 just for the palette by itself. It's called the Dirty Dancing Palette Forever Baby Palette. They call it a magic liquid eyeliner and adhesive. It's the I Carried a Watermelon eyeliner. So what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to use it as eyeliner, and then you can just pop your lashes right on, and it's like an adhesive too, which I think is really cool. Then there's the Kellerman's eyelashes. The beauty sponge is so cute. It's got a little imprinted little lift thing on there. It's called the Lift Beauty Sponge. So cute. The Dirty Dancing Nobody Puts Baby in a Corner makeup bag. The Baby Jennifer Grey custom pencil portrait, and this was hand drawn by an artist. I will put his name here. I forgot what it was. I forgot to write it down, but it is a beautiful portrait. And then the limited edition Dirty Dancing box mailer. So you can get the whole thing for $87. You get all of it. So the palette by itself, $38, the whole thing for $87, which I think is an incredible deal for all the things that you're getting. Next up, Glam Light Foodie Boxes. When I last looked, the Mexican box was sold out, but it's so cute, so I still want to talk about it because I think it might come back. I'm hoping it comes back. They do have all of the products individually on the website. They just don't have the set anymore. So it was the Street Taco palette, one taco lash that they just chose for you, a variety lash that they chose for you, and then the Concha highlighter, which means shell in Spanish, and then the, please don't kill me on my Spanish, I can't roll my R's. Champurrado? I don't know, I tried. It's a Mexican hot chocolate. That's a lip gloss. And then they have the Agua Fresca lip gloss. It translates to fresh water, and it's kind of like a smoothie. It's made with fresh fruit, lime, and water is how they make the Agua Fresca. So that's a lip gloss as well, and it looks like it's got a strawberry theme to it. I don't know if it's strawberry scented, but looks really, really cute. But the one that was still available when I started filming was the dessert edition. It's $45. That comes with the Glam Donut palette, the donut lip glaze, the caramel frappe lip gloss, and then the new items are the ice cream powder brush, the sugar high loose highlighter, and the cupcake lashes, and then the strawberry dessert lashes. And I personally really like Glam Light eyeshadows. I wasn't as big of a fan of the liquid lipsticks and the lip glosses. I have a feeling they're going to be in favorites and fails. They're not bad. They just kind of had like a little bit of a weird scent that I wasn't that big of a fan of. But yeah, the eyeshadow palettes are on point. Really, really love those a lot. Now, sneak peek for you. We have the Lunar Beauty holiday collection coming. Manny tweeted out on Monday, November 9th. He said, "I cannot believe my holiday collection reveal and launches next week. Like you what, Manny? Tell me what it is. Like, I want to know." I can't wait for him to announce it. So we'll probably have that in the show next week. Also, Wayne Goss, speaking of influencers, has the Pearl Moonstone palette coming out. There is a sign up on Beautylicious website. I will link it down below for you for easy access if you want to know more information about the launch date of that. Moving on beyond influencers, let's go to Wet n Wild. They have their Starluxe holiday collection that just came out. There's an eyeshadow quad, there's a highlighter duo, a highlighter brush, and a lip scrub in Sugar Cookie or Sugar Plum, and then a lip gloss that does come in 4 shades. It looks really, really cute, and I love that it doesn't have an obnoxious amount of products in it, because I know Wet n Wild and a lot of drugstore brands can really go out of control with their holiday collections. I feel like this is a nice sized holiday collection. This is really interesting. This is another coming soon. It's a 10 hair care, which I personally really love. They're coming out with makeup. What? They are. They're also official sponsors of the 2020 Miss USA and Miss Teen USA competitions, which is interesting because it's a 10, so that like makes sense. I don't know how you feel about those competitions. I'm just reporting the news for you and you just decide for yourself. But the price range is from $10 to $38, and they have a whole range of products from mascara to brows, blush, contour, lip products, complexion products, not a lot of eyeshadow products, but pretty much everything else. Another thing just launched, Dose of Colors skincare just launched. You can get the complete set for $115. There is the facial cleansing sponge pack, the triple dose cleanser, energizing serum, hydrodose moisturizer, cold pressed booster multi-use oil. They are a little bit on the pricier side, but they fit in with Sephora prices, $17 to $45 there. I think this stuff looks really interesting. And then this one snuck by me last week, but I wasn't gonna let it sneak by me 2 weeks in a row. It's because I didn't check out QVC. So Tarte is coming out with a new version of their Shape Tape Concealer. It's called the Ultra Creamy Concealer. It's only at QVC right now, and it's in 35 shades. They've expanded the shade range by 5 shades specifically due to customer request. Yeah, thanks. You know, it took them long enough. So it was released last Friday on QVC in a set with the Lights, Camera, Lashes mascara and a blending sponge for $37.50, but it'll be available for $27 in mid-December at their website, and then shortly after at Ulta if you're interested in that and you don't want to buy it with the other stuff. At Sephora, I just wanted to highlight 2 things for you. The Becca Cosmetics Mini Shimmering Skin Perfector Pressed Highlighter Celebration Ornament. I think it's very cute, but I thought it was very funny that it's only available in 1 shade, and that's Champagne Pop, because wasn't that supposed to be limited edition like 6 years ago or however long ago that stuff came out? It was a long time ago. Still around as a Christmas ornament. It's $22. And then I really like these lip products, so I wanted to mention it. The Jouer Best of Nudes Mini Lip Set, $28. It comes with 3 liquid lipsticks and 3 glosses. I just really like that formula, both those formulas, so I figured I would mention it. Now with both Ulta and Sephora, we have an Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam Luxe Collection Vault. I just really love the Soft Glam eyeshadow palette. It's one of my favorite ABH palettes of all time. That one and the Sultry are my favorites. It's $49, which is only $4 more than just the Soft Glam by itself. You get a sample mascara and a sample liquid lipstick with it, so I figured I would mention that one too. Now specifically at Ulta, just one brand I wanted to mention, which is Nabla. These just look really pretty. The Ruby Lights Glitter Palette, $25. You have to really be into pressed glitter for this because the glitter looks really, really chunky. If you're a contact lens wearer, just be really careful because it kind of reminds me of the chunky glitters that are in the Tati Beauty palette. I got one of those under my contact lens once and it was no fun. So just be really, really careful with those. But the side-by-side palette that they're coming out with, or they did come out with, excuse me, is $39. That looks really, really pretty. The shade range just looks really good for a natural palette. I don't know, it just looks really nice. It's a mix of cool and warm tones. Looks really pretty. All right, are you ready for PR or purchase of the week? So this is PR from my girl RawBeautyKristi. Thank you, Kristi, for sending it to me. You are amazing. Let me tell you what's on my face today first. So I have the At Forest Sight palette, and I started off with Old Growth and kind of put that in my crease, kind of up on my brow bone. And then I used the Amanita shade kind of in my crease and then deepened it up with some Homegrown. After that, I used, where's the green one? Like a Moss on my lid all over. And then in the inner corner, I put the shade, there it is, Olympic. This is the one that is in my inner corner to give it that little pop there. And then I realized I wanted to deepen it up just a little bit more. So I put Let It Rain in the outer corner, and I really liked the way that that looked. And just to make it a little bit more green, I added Evergreen just a little bit over in the corner. If you'd like to see how all of this went on, by the way, I will link the Periscope Getting Ready With Me in the video description so you can check that out. Now on my lower lash line, actually, and my upper lash line, is the eyeliner. And this one is called Spare Time, which I love because she grows time and I grow time, and it just, you know, we're connected in that way, I guess. But I put this on my lower lash line, and then I used a little bit of the Mario cream shade on the inner corner just to like blend it out a little bit. Really like that. I started off putting the brown on my lash line, and then Tabitha B actually had the suggestion to put the green over it, and I liked it so much better. So yeah, so that's what ended up on my upper lash line as well. On my lips today, I started off with the Patrick Ta liquid lipstick. This was from the comparison between the Sephora and the Ulta lip kits. So I started with the Patrick Ta, and then I used my shade Reimagine from Ofra from the collab that we did together. This I kind of popped in the middle of my lip and blended that out, and then topped the whole thing off with Kristi's gloss, which is called Glacier, and just added a little bit of sparkle, a little bit of shine in the center of my lip. So that is what's on my face today. So far, really, really liking everything. I do plan on doing a full review, but this is my first time using it, so please don't count this as a full review. I found that these 3 shades of the Super Shocks are quite light. Like Kristi said, they may be used more as toppers than full opaque shadow, but that'll be nice for those one and done looks as well if that's something that you're into. The only one that's a little bit deeper is this one here called Campfire. It's very, very, very warm. You know, campfire, it's supposed to be warm. The eyeshadow palette performs just like any other ColourPop shadows, press shadows that I've used. Really like it so far. Didn't have any trouble blending them. Didn't have any trouble with any of them blending away. They blended beautifully into each other, but the shades that I mentioned are the only ones that I've used so far. So full review will be coming on the whole collection. Stay tuned. All right, let's go into the notable sales. So we have the SoCo Glam 30% off site-wide sale, which I thought was really good because there's tons of K-beauty over there. Really love SoCo Glam. Murad has 20% off of acne control products using the code ACNE20. I thought that was a good one. And this one I thought was really funny. Foreo is pretending they're sad about Clarisonic going out of business by giving you a $39 credit to all previous Clarisonic customers, but I don't think they're checking whether you ever bought from Clarisonic, on one of their facial brushes. You know, in case you're mourning the loss of Clarisonic, Foreo is trying to scoop you up out of their market. So just so you know. And then Killer Queens Cosmetics, they are amping up for their Black Friday event on November 27th. They're gonna have 40% off site-wide, plus they're gonna have buy one, get one offers and free items with purchase. And then finally, we have our artist shout out of the week. We are going to be talking about my girl, my friend, Ryan Kelly, who I am a huge fan of her art, not just of her as a person, but of her art as well. I've known her for years. She was actually my last visitor before the pandemic hit. She came over like a week before lockdown and we were like, thank God we got together before we locked down. I have her prints on my wall of her beautiful lip art. So let's go ahead and show you a few of those. This is her Rocky Horror Picture Show art, her Wilson from Castaway. Oh my gosh, like look at the nail. The nail does it for me. And then her Britney Spears one. I know there's been some big developments in the Britney Spears story this week, so I thought I would show you her Britney Spears lip. These, I promise you, are all real. These are not photoshopped in any way. This is Ryan's art. This is Ryan's talent. She is incredible. So I wanted to share her with you in case you were not familiar. I will link her Instagram down below. And real quick before we wrap things up, I would like to share with you some info about today's sponsor. Like I mentioned earlier, this video is sponsored by Skillshare, and I have to tell you that when Skillshare contacted me to see if I wanted to do sponsored videos, I really was a bit skeptical because I feel like I'm one of those people that doesn't have time to take online classes, but I learned differently. Last time I told you that I took a productivity class that changed my mindset completely on how to set up my days so that I can make more time for classes that will make my daily tasks not only more enjoyable, but completed in a more efficient way, and it has been fabulous. So this time I looked around to find something that I know I'm not good at, and I found this class by Christopher Griffin called Uplift Your Spirit and Space. It's a class with tips and tricks for how to take care of houseplants, or as Christopher calls them, your green girls. I loved so much about this 50-minute class. It was organized, easy to follow, gave a great summary at the end of each lesson, and I learned tips to help my plants to avoid all kinds of problems like root rot, and it taught me how to know when to water plants, which was much less frequent than I thought, and also how to buy the right plants in the first place. After that, I popped over to Elena Karp's video on how to make the perfect grilled cheese because my kids love grilled cheese. And I learned a really cool trick in I was always using butter on the outside of the bread, but she uses mayo, and it really does make a huge difference. Oh my gosh. If you would like to try a class for yourself and you are one of the first 1,000 people to sign up using the link in the description box, you will get a free trial of Skillshare's premium membership, and you can try as many classes as you want for free. And then if you like it, you can sign up for a yearly subscription for less than $10 per month. Thank you so much to Skillshare for sponsoring this video, and I hope you love it as much as I've been loving it. But now it's time to get back to What's Up in Makeup. And that, my friend, is What's Up in Makeup this week. Thank you so much for watching, and of course, thank you to the amazing, the talented What's Up in Makeup Facebook hunters. Their names are scrolling below me. Thank you so much for your submissions this week, and thank you so much for watching. If you are not already subscribed and you enjoyed this show, definitely hit the subscribe button down below so you don't forget to watch next week's show. And if you would like to hang out a little bit longer, YouTube should be recommending videos for you right over there, including last week's episode in case you'd like to catch up. And if you are ready to go, if you have to go, I completely understand. Thank you so much for hanging out as long as you did. Mad love to you, and I will see you in a video very soon.